Hello there folks and welcome to Bullets for Bucks. My name's Steven and today we're going to compare the Sako S20 Precision against the Ruger Precision. Now this is an older generation Ruger Precision rifle in .308, but we will be using the specifications and the updates regarding the version in 300 Win Mag to make this an even comparison, as this is a 300 Win Mag Sako. Okay, starting with the Sako, it features about a 1-inch thick recoil pad, removable spacers for length of pull, flush cups on both sides, adjustable push button comb, flat bottom near the base of the buttstock, and a M-lock piece so you can put an M-lock monopod on there if you desired or accessory. It has a cutout here like a target style stock, has about a 90-degree pistol grip with texturing for grippiness, pretty large palm swell. You can remove these two Torx head screws. You can actually remove the buttstock, swap it out with a thumb hole buttstock, and it makes it a little bit lighter as well. This rifle in this configuration comes in 8.6 pounds. In the Hunter configuration, it comes in about 7.4 pounds, I believe. Then coming forward, you have a plastic trigger guard, a plastic removable magazine. You can get this, I believe, in 3 or 5 capacity. Really love the push button tab at the front of this. Really easy to operate this magazine system, but it is polymer. The trigger on this, you can get a 2-stage or a single-stage trigger. This features a curved single-stage trigger on this one. It's adjustable down about 2.25 pounds. Super crisp, super clean, absolutely phenomenal trigger, and it can actually be moved forward or backward to adjust for length of pull, which is pretty unique. This does feature an internal aluminum mini chassis, which the metal receiver beds against. And the receiver has a slot in the front and the back that marry against the slot in the mini chassis. So really good bedding system. Features a 0 MOA partial Picatinny scope base. That's integral part of the receiver. I'd like to see that be 20 MOA. I think they kind of messed up there. The receiver on this is Cerakoted for abrasion and rust resistance. The bolt knob is tactical. It is removable. The action on this runs like absolutely ridiculously smooth. Has a side push button bolt release. Let me put down the cheek riser to get that bolt out. And the bolt body is polished, has 3 locking lugs, a coned bolt nose for easy feeding, a plunger ejector, and a Sako style extractor. Just runs like glass. The safety on this is 3 positions. All the way to the rear, locks the bolt in place. One forward, you can fire and manipulate the bolt. And then there's a push tab you can actually push down on right next to the safety to remove the bolt while it's still on safe. The fore end of this stock has M-lock on the sides and the bottom, as well as flush cups. The barrel on this is 24 inches long, Cerakoted, straight fluted, and is threaded 5/8 by 24 for a muzzle brake, but it does not come with one. The exterior of the stock is kind of a cheaper looking feeling polymer, but you got to remember it has that very nice mini chassis within. All right, now let's take a look at the Ruger Precision. Do take note, this is a .308 caliber that I have in my hand, and it is a very old gen, so some things have changed. It has an adjustable buttstock for length of pull, about a 1-inch thick soft rubber butt pad. This is all high quality aluminum. In fact, I believe most of the aluminum on this is 7075 T6 aluminum with a very nice hard anodized finish, I believe, for rust and corrosion resistance. Has an adjustable cheek comb riser here, and you've got to flip this up and then you can kind of push this up and down. It's not as slick and easy as an adjustment as the Sako in my opinion, but it is pretty solid. This also features QD mounts as well. And then it has a push button on the left side. You push in and you can actually fold this stock, which is very nice for storage. Now you can remove this one for storage, but you have to put in 2 screws or loosen and tighten 2 screws. So this is kind of slick and it actually locks extremely positively. The lower on this is that 7075 T6 aluminum, and it can actually take AR style grips. You can swap out these grips, which is nice for modularity. And then it features the trigger that's adjustable with a center trigger blade down to 2.25 pounds. One thing to note with this particular one, I did have some creep, some over travel, and it felt a little bit rough. Not nearly as nice as the Sako. Has a removable magazine system. You push on the tab at the rear of You push on the tab right here. Instead of being in front of the magazine, it's in the rear. I actually like the system on the Sako a little bit better, but both are excellent. This just seems a little bit harder to operate depending on the conditions. Takes AICS magazines, which is nice, whereas the Sako takes proprietary mags. The bolt lift on this is 70 degrees, whereas on the Sako it's 60. Doesn't run nearly as smooth or clean. I mean, it sounds like zippers and rough gravel. It's not nearly smooth. To remove the bolt, you have to kind of manipulate it funny. You actually have to push the side bolt release in, but also fold the stock. Has a tactical bolt knob, 3 locking lugs, plunger ejector, and a claw extractor. It is push feed, as well as the Sako is a push feed. Has a 20 MOA built-in Picatinny rail that's full length on the top of the receiver, but on the, I think the 300 Win Mag, I think it's actually 30 MOA, so they did a really good job there. The fore end you can actually swap out. This one's the old key mod. Now it's M-lock on the sides and the bottom, and as well it comes with a Picatinny piece for adaptability on the front with a sling swivel stud. Barrel is fully free-floated, cold hammer forged, and it has 5R rifling. It does come threaded 5/8 by 24, and it does include a muzzle brake. Now in 300 Win Mag, this rifle comes in at a weight of 15.2 pounds, so it's way heavier than the Sako. The Sako can kind of be used as a crossover rifle for the guy who wants to hunt during the week and shoot on the week, shoot precision on the weekends. Whereas the Ruger Precision, especially in 300 Win Mag, is definitely a target-only rifle in my opinion. Way too large, clunky, and heavy for hunting use. It features a 26-inch barrel and 300 Win Mag. This one is only 20 inches and 308 Winchester. Either way, let's go to the range and see how they perform. Now, do take note, I'm going to be using the 308 Winchester to compare because I don't have anything else on hand.
That's a hit.
All right, now that we're back from the range, I really like shooting the Sako. It's a dream to shoot. Super ergonomic, feels fantastic. The trigger is phenomenal. It feeds, ejects, extracts amazingly. Shot very well with factory ammunition. Now we used a very small sampling of factory ammunition out of this, so there's no definitive way to say one of these rifles is actually more inherently accurate or more accurate than the other, because you got to take into effect that very limited ammunition was shot through this Sako. It does have a sub MOA guarantee, and I'm sure it's capable easily of quarter to half MOA with hand loads or proper factory loads. Shoots absolutely fantastic. A little bit lighter than the Ruger Precision, and so you have a little bit more play involved there. If I was going to want a rifle that I was going to just, do short hunts with, not hike real far, and then I want something I could also shoot long range with, definitely I would pick the Sako. Ruger Precision shoots incredibly accurate with factory ammunition, easily capable of half MOA with factory ammunition. It's ergonomic, but way more clunky and awkward to adjust, in my opinion, but super accurate, obviously, and does a phenomenal job. The magazine system just runs a little bit rougher. The trigger is a little bit rougher. The adjustments are a little bit rougher. Just has a different feel to it, but it is a true chassis style rifle in a way, and it is a different style rifle for sure. Obviously, it's meant for like beginner PRS versus this one's meant to be, you can convert it to the hunter style thumb hole stock, or you can use it kind of for both. So it's more of a hybrid style rifle. If I was going to shoot ELR as a beginner, I would choose the Ruger Precision because you can fold it down. It's way heavier, so it's going to be a little bit easier to mitigate felt recoil and probably control with rapid fire. It takes AICS magazines. It's got a lot of modularity. You can use some AR furniture on it and whatnot. So I would pick the Ruger Precision probably if I wanted something in the budget realm for ELR beginner shooting. Whereas if I'm going to, and it is available, I believe, in 300 PRC as well, or 338 Lapua, which is the Sako is not. So get it entry-level ELR, I'm gonna pick the Ruger Precision. If I'm looking at something I wanna shoot precision with, maybe hunter NRL, or do a little bit of recreational long-range shooting and hunting with, I'm gonna pick the Sako S20, and it does feel a little bit more refined. Thanks for watching Bullets for Bucks. Check out this next video and subscribe.